Hi, Internet. This is going to be a March hobbies update. I want to talk about hobbies that I've returned to, activities that I told myself I wasn't going to use as a hobby, but I did, and now I'm back to square one. So, throughout the last couple of months, or at least the last two seasons for fall and winter, I told myself that things like calligraphy, wax seal making, would not be something I do as a hobby, but then I returned to it over the last month. And I've been melting wax seals because it's therapeutic. And sometimes I just don't have energy to do much of anything. I take pain medication that often sucks all the energy out of me. So I end up just kind of stationary in the evenings, and melting wax is just so relaxing. But I feel like there are better activities I could be doing, so I decided that I am going to look at TikTok in the evening for, max maybe 1 hour per evening after I take my pain medication, since I can't really do much of anything else. And then the first half of the day is spent very productive. I've also been going to the gym very consistently, using the machines very consistently. I'm seeing changes in my body. I feel the changes. I've also been very consistent with my meals. So I did re-download TikTok. For a long time, I thought TikTok was the reason, or social media in general, but mainly TikTok was the reason I felt like there is more I can do with my life. Like, why am I not as productive as some of these creators? Why am I not as successful, making the content that I make? And I thought, hey, I should delete TikTok because it makes me compare myself with other people. But one thing I've noticed during the break, I think I spent maybe 4 or 5 months without TikTok. One thing I noticed is that I still compare myself to others, whether TikTok is in a picture or not. Like, if I want to stop comparing myself with others, I should just live in a cave and never interact with the human race again. So I feel like if TikTok is the thing to make me question my life choices, then like I shouldn't be interacting with humanity at all. You know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't be TikTok that makes you feel that way. But it makes me feel that way. So I decided, so I decided that I am going to use it to help me with my goals. So although going to the gym, I don't consider that to be really a hobby per se. It's an activity that I do to help me with my health, my physical health mainly. And it also makes me happy too. It feels good to get a good exercise in. I am using TikTok to help me with those goals, to help push me. So I'm following users who use unique arm workouts, certain yoga poses, things like that. I've also been following like easy recipes and things to help me again reach my goals, and also cleaning, just like regular things, maybe journaling prompts, decorating things, whatever. So I've been following very specific users, and TikTok is listening, and my algorithm is a reflection of my goals and resources to help me with those goals. So yeah, so TikTok shows you what it thinks will be helpful to you. And, I decided that I'm not going to let, social media be the thing that makes me question myself or my ability to accomplish things. You know what I mean? So if anyone resonates with that, please leave me a comment below. I'm curious what you think. So I've also been journaling a lot more. I've also been looking up Project Pan and no buy content to keep me consistent as I am doing those two projects together. So yeah, I've been journaling a lot. I'm project panning my stationery as well as my other hobby equipment. So I've been exercising a lot, but I don't really consider that to be a hobby. It's just something that takes up a lot of my time every day, in the afternoon. And then I've also been journaling, and I've also been reading more too, which is really fun. Things that I want to take a step back from is wax seal making. It just takes up so much space and it's also very messy. I also want to take a break from calligraphy. I want to take a break from my Nintendo Switch because my hands get tired, and I don't know why, but they get like, I don't know if I have circulation issues, but whenever I play Switch, my hands get really like tired, and it's kind of annoying. And then another thing that I want to take a step back from is playing with my Quest VR headset, because every time I play, my glasses fog up and then I can't see anything. I don't know what it is. Like, even if I make a room as cold as possible, it like or whatever, like neutral temperature, for some reason my body heats up to the point where my glasses fog up and then I can't play, and it's just really annoying, and it happens every time no matter what I do. And also the battery life is not that great. Another thing I want to stop doing for a while is Sudoku. I'm taking a break from Sudoku because half the time it stresses me out. It raises my cortisol. I don't like it. Another thing, I actually wrote these things down. So let me grab my notebook here. So I wrote pluses and minuses for every hobby because I'm trying to cull back, because of my energy levels and just life situation. Like, I want to make the best use of my time. So journaling and reading I'm keeping. League of Legends I'm also keeping. If you don't know what League of Legends is, it is an online game. It's a PC game. It's super fun. I love working in teams, and it's also really good stimulation for my brain. It doesn't take up a lot of space, and it's also super duper fun when I'm listening to podcasts. I love, love, love listening to like essay videos or story times, things like that, and playing League of Legends at the same time. The only cons with League is that it can be toxic and it can be too screen heavy, but I can regulate that, I can mute people, I can stay away from the drama. So yeah, I'm keeping League of Legends, reading, and I'm keeping journaling because those have incredible benefits and they help me towards my goals. As for Scrabble, it can be educational, but it's also kind of stressful. It gets boring after a while, and lately I just haven't really cared to get better at the game. So when I first started, I bought a dictionary, and I designated one of my journals to write down words I don't know, so that way I can search them up later, whatever, and then in the Scrabble dictionary, and that could be something I do before bed, like a wind down activity. But lately, there are better things I could be doing with my time. Another thing I want to take a break from is coloring books. They put me to sleep, which can be a good thing. And it's also great when there's nothing else to do. Like coloring, like those are the two pluses. It helps me sleep, and it's great when there's nothing else to do. Like when I was at the hospital, I didn't have much to do, and coloring was provided. I asked a nurse if they had coloring supplies, and I was given, yeah. So it's nice when there's nothing else to do, but it takes up a lot of space. I have a lot of markers and colors. I'm very specific about those things, particular, I mean, and also it can be very boring. So it's meditative, but it's also super duper boring. Calligraphy, it's ritualistic and the results are really pretty, but it can also be messy, and I prefer my gel pens most of the time. It's also very slow, the constant dipping. So yeah, I still love these activities, but I have too many activities to choose from. And I do believe in having moments of unadulterated fun, and I think League of Legends fills that gap for me. It's like eating a piece of chocolate cake. It's not the best thing for you, but it's really fun in a moment. That's how I describe unadulterated fun, and League of Legends is that for me. So yeah, that's my March update. These are, things I've been doing and shifts I want to make. And that's also going to affect my space. I think that having less hobbies means less clutter and less decisions to make. And reading and writing, those go hand in hand for me. I love having a notebook next to whatever book I'm reading so I can write, kind of interact with the book in that way, guess plots and write down my opinions of characters. It's just fun. It's kind of like a book report situation. I used to love doing those as a kid. I was kind of a nerd. So it makes sense for me to keep reading and writing. I also have a lot of journals that I want to finish up. And I have books that I've only read portions of, so I have a lot of work to do in that case. Reading can be very relaxing too. And one of the things that put me off from reading for a little while was lighting. I don't have the best lighting in any corner of the space that I live in. So I do have a book light that I bought a few months ago. So I'm gonna be using that when I'm reading books, and I think it'll be fun. Yeah, again, 3 main hobbies, and then my activities during the day would be going to the gym and anything job or career related. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Again, if you have any feedback, please leave it in the comments below, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.